Kia ora, I'm Mandy Kupenga and I'm passionate about ocean conservation. Our precious ocean and marine life are suffocating in a sea of man-made pollution. Plastic, chemicals, carbon emissions and climate change are global issues of our lifetime. They affect everyone, everywhere. They affect you. Now we're just starting to recognise that we can no longer take for granted the quality of our water and our air. What we do in our everyday activities, what we use and what we throw away, is not out of sight and not out of mind. Far too much of our pollution ends up in our oceans and our waterways. We know that our ocean is not too big to fail.
Since we started Sustainable Coastlines 10 years ago, the water quality here, both in the freshwater space and also in popular swimming spots along the coastline, has dropped dramatically. Now that's come because of increase of nutrients getting into the water and an increase in pollutants like hydrocarbons, heavy metals that are coming out of vehicle usage and old engines. This is making it impossible for our kids to go swimming at the beach.
As well as plastic, oil pollution causes a huge amount of damage to our marine environment. And it's not caused by oil drilling and spilling alone. Sadly, a lot of oil pollution that ends up in the ocean comes from everyday activities that people like you and I enjoy. I had no idea just how much oil pollution the older two-stroke outboard engines pump into our waterways and into our oceans. And seriously, this is stuff that we need to know, because with this knowledge, we're more empowered to make more informed decisions. According to a NERA report, up to 25% of the fuel and oil used by the older two-stroke outboard engines is discharged unburnt and raw, straight out of the exhaust and into the water and air. When you consider that there's around 450,000 outboards in New Zealand, 65% of which are two-stroke, used on average 20 hours a year, that equates to an estimated 30 million litres of unburnt fuel and oil being discharged directly into our waterways as pollution each year. Now on top of that, the carbon emissions of the older two-stroke outboard engines are around 20 to 30% higher than that of a four-stroke outboard. I know, how surprising is it that one little decision, like what type of outboard you choose, could have such a big impact on the health of our oceans?
You know, when I think back to some of the old two-strokes I actually cringe when I think about all the oil that you'd often leave on the water and you know, generally just not looking after the environment around you. And since switching to four-stroke, it's like night and day. You don't see the oil on the water, you don't see the smoke going up. It's such a cleaner way to go boating, and you feel better about what you're doing into the environment.
We can step up to four-stroke. Right now, it is no longer okay to use two-stroke outboards. They are dirty, they are not doing anyone any good.
We have cleaner technology available right now with four-stroke outboards. They're affordable, cleaner for the environment, and proven to be more fuel efficient, saving you money in the long run. So it's an easy decision that you can make that will make a difference, because every little bit helps.
Simple things like not burning oil and putting it back into the water can make a huge difference if we all chip in and help out.
Make decisions about transport, about what you're purchasing, that have the future in mind.
We don't have to wait for our government to introduce regulations or emissions standards. We can choose to change right now. When you're upgrading your outboard, choose a cleaner option. One that's globally emission compliant and one that will reduce the amount of man-made pollutants going directly into our water. Out with the two-stroke outboards and in with the four-stroke. It's our pollution in our oceans. So it's up to us, all of us, to choose cleaner alternatives to help restore and protect the health of our oceans. Not only just for us, but for our kids and for our grandkids.